Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and I hope everyone had a good holiday. Today we're going to be working on the Ford Focus RS, and we're going to be installing this CoolerWorx short shifter. So let me go ahead and show you what this shifter is all about. Right here is the CoolerWorx short shifter for the Ford Focus RS. So this shifter has several different types of adjustments. You have your side to side, and there is actually set screws that go into these holes, and this will allow you to adjust side to side movement. And you have adjusters right here for your cables. This will get you right where you need to be and also help you kind of adjust it where you want, and also that will depend on how short your shift and your throw are. Since the Ford Focus RS has a reverse lockout, this also comes with reverse lockout. It does come with everything that you need, all the washers, set screws, mounting brackets. It even comes with the Allen key to help install them. I also do recommend that you use blue Loctite on a lot of these so you don't lose any of your set screws or the settings that you set them at. So let's go ahead and show you what we have already in the RS. Just kind of go through how that one shifts, and then we'll do kind of a comparison. We'll go through the installation, how to set up, and then the final testing and adjusting. Let's go ahead and show you the shifting. So here's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and then the reverse. So it does shift pretty good with a combination of the Boomba short shifter and the Montoon short throw on the transmission. Definitely made a difference. So let's go ahead and get started with disassembling the shroud and taking all this out so we can access the shifter. I did go ahead and kind of remove the outer trim. It's a little more difficult because, like I said, this has been overlaid with carbon fiber. But just for the purposes of showing, this whole piece pulls forward. So, and this piece is also connected to it. You can't really pop this piece out without popping this piece out first. So what you do is you pull, and as you can tell, it has tabs that just pop in place. And then this piece comes around with it and slides out. So you have to open your glove box, and it clips on to the other piece right here. Now that we have the outer shroud off, this is the next piece you will need to take off. There's these little tabs. There's these little tabs right here that you have to push down, and it's a pain because when you pop these things out, then you have to push those tabs down in order to make it come out. Then there's a connector you gotta disconnect for the airbag light. So you gotta take this piece out, and then on this shroud you have a screw there, and then you have two screws right here. And for reference, those are T25 screws for here and here. So once you have that done, you just need to pull this piece and it should come right out. Yeah, just kind of a tug, and then you got to disconnect all the connectors. Now you can't leave them in if you want to and just work on this area, but it's easier just to have it out of the way. So here is your shifter. You have your cables right here, and you also have 4 mounting bolts for the actual assembly. So what you're going to have to do is you need to take these cables off the cups, and then there is a clip on the back side that you will need to take out. I will probably go ahead and do that here, and then once it's out, I'll show you what you need to unclip. All right, so here is the shifter, and you have where your cables go. Right here is where your cables lock into, then your cables attached to here. So this is the Boomba shifter. This is the whole unit we were replacing with the CoolerWorx shifter. And these guys right here are just push locks. So you pull back, slide it in, let go, it'll lock in place, and when you take it out, you pull out, and that's all it is. And then these cups, you just take a tool like this, put it in between, and just twist, and they'll pop right off. So let's go ahead and get the CoolerWorx put together and get the set screws in. Okay, so to get this kind of set up to where you need it, like I said, you have adjustments down here. This will move the arm in and out to where you need the adjustment. It's the same thing on this side, which has the lock nuts on it, along with the set screws that you're going to have to install. So these longer ones are for the side, and these shorter ones are a locking set screw for the longer ones, and those go on top. So now this is ready to go ahead and install in the car and go ahead and do all the adjustments. So now that we have the shifter mounted and installed, all the set screws are adjusted for the reverse lockout, and then I have all the arms adjusted for the gear engagement. Now the cables back here, I did not detach them from the firewall. If you want to take the extra effort and detach the cables from the firewall, it'll give you some room to pull the cables out and adjust the shifter outside the car, but I didn't do that. I adjusted the shifter inside the box here, which does make it a little more difficult to tighten down your adjustments, but you just got to have small flex head wrenches. The adjustments for the set screws, you really just need to play around with your side-to-side play for 5th gear, 6th gear, and then your reverse lockout. What I'd recommend on reverse lockout, put this into reverse ahead of time, and then adjust your set screws accordingly, and then back them out just a little bit. So let's go ahead and get the rest of the car put back together, then I'll show you kind of how everything looks, and then I'll shift this through the gear compared to the last one. So we'll go ahead and get the shift knob put back on, and I'll show you what it's like shifting through the gears. Okay, as I did before, everything's good. So here's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Now, this is definitely more of a mechanical feel compared to everything else. So let me get the camera set up and we'll go on a test drive. So there you guys have it. The shifter feels amazing. It shifts very smooth, very mechanical, and very precise. You definitely know what gear you're in. The position that this shifter is in, as in height, is very comfortable. Definitely you could daily drive with it. I would say I feel more comfortable shifting this car with this shifter because I know I'm in gear. It's also easy to grab on because you know exactly where it's at. I hope this video has helped you guys if you are in a market for a shifter and kind of trying to figure out which one you want to get. I think this one is probably one of the top ones I would recommend. I would definitely say this car is definitely more enjoyable to drive with it. Gives it more of a rally car feeling. And as you can tell, I'm going through some back roads. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this drive. I'm going to end the video here. But I appreciate you guys watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.